And hello and welcome everybody to another episode of Korra Review. I am your co-host Terminator Juice, and with me is
And I am Games Rosa. Sorry, there's noise in the background. But yeah,
all right.
that's me.
This is gonna be our recap and review for Chapter 4, The Calling, from Book 4 of Legend of Korra. And yeah, this is the fourth episode, continuing the trend, I would say, of feeling like the original show or the original series, Avatar: The Last Airbender, and also some stuff parallels with Star Wars, especially Empire Strikes Back, that a lot of people have been saying. So let's get into it. Last week's episode ended with Tenzin telling his kids they were gonna have a mission to go find Korra, and that's how this week's episode started off. You had Jinora, Iki, and Milo getting on a sky bison, whose name I can't remember, and let's just say first foremost, if you can't tell by my emblem, Milo was the man in this episode. He had all the good lines, and they really let him shine, and it was probably the funniest episode this season. So it was started off right from the get-go with some good comedy with Milo, saying stuff like he don't take orders from no man, or no girl, or no child, or no young girl, and then
Yo,
his
he's
mom makes
so.
him delicious little treat in the face of Smudge, so he's just like, I won't eat this. And it was just, oh, it started off so good.
Yo, Milo is freaking the comedy person here, man. He just he has he has every single bit of just like being just funny.
Hmm.
And I just like that whole fact, just like you said, man. It's just like I'm a man. Why is this smudged? Like, you know.
And his mom took the time to wrap up, put a note in each one, and he's just. But I'd say he's right up there with Sokka and Toph, like from the original series. This episode just raised his character to a whole new level, and his voice acting did
Yeah.
a great job. So basically, they get on the Sky Bison, they take off, and they land at some temple-looking place. And of course, Milo's been holding his pee for an hour, so he runs off. And Janora's trying to connect spiritually with Korra to try to locate her, and she's not having any luck. And Iki's kind of annoying Janora at the time, and then they go down to some towns, and Milo draws this amazing portrait of Korra that was just
hmm
ridiculously good, and they're asking townsfolks, and then there's kind of a little bit of a montage with some really cool music, and then they land in another town, and Milo had just this is where it really started getting good. There's a young girl with flowers, and Milo just comes down acting all like he's on a dangerous mission. He's like, my name's Milo. What can I call you besides beautiful? It was like, damn, man, where'd he learn that? Like Tenzin's nothing like that. So it was just, oh, it was so good. And then I think at that point, Janora or Iki pulls him away, and they continue on. And I'm trying to think if they cut to Korra next. Maybe you can chime
Yeah,
in.
I think they yeah, they went to Korra, and we saw her go into basically she was talking to Toph about all the different adventures. She was trying to like at least trying to get some entertainment sometime because
Because
they
Toph
were
was
just doing
just
nothing.
yeah, Toph
Yeah,
was just laying there. She wasn't gonna really train Korra anymore since she wasn't gonna help herself. Um,
yeah.
so go ahead.
So but basically, what happens is that Toph tells her like because Korra asked her that how did you do with Aang's earthbending? It's just like and she's just like I threw some rocks at him. Sokka fell in a hole, and that's it. And I'm just like, what? So there was more to that. I saw more, but it was just really good to at least see that she brought back some kind of stuff from Last Airbender. Also because Korra also asked about the Fire Lord, and Toph was like, yeah, it was hot. I was on top of a blimp. Like, it was really funny. I like that.
Mhm.
And then she's like, Toph just tells her to go get some mushrooms, and Then Korra goes, but then she starts having the visions of what happened in her past. The first was like Amon taking away her bending. Second was Unalaq. I finally got that right. Um, Unalaq basically used freaking what's his
The
name again?
spirits, real,
Yeah,
frick.
yeah, it's like
Starts with the R, doesn't it? I'm just
no,
completely.
that's Rava. That's
Oh yeah,
Rava.
Rava. Well,
Oh,
anyway,
Batu, Batu.
Batu. Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
yeah,
having flashbacks again. Korra
yeah.
was.
So Korra was having flashbacks of every single enemy. Same thing with also with Zahir and all that. So it was really it was just a way to like get her, because the thing is with the swamp is the way it worked in Last Airbender, where it tells you things of whether you should go here or there, or it tells you what's wrong with you, not in that way, but
Yeah.
what's wrong with yeah,
Because it's in
what's like
tune with the spirit and balance
yeah,
and everything, because the roots of the trees and stuff go everywhere.
yeah.
So, the
So it's like all together, basically connected, and then she goes back to
well, before all, I
yeah.
mean, during that whole part was the whole part with Iki getting captured.
Ah,
That
yeah, that's
that
true.
actually happened before Korra had her visions.
Oh, okay, okay, I
Yeah,
forgot that.
yeah,
But
because just,
yeah.
just to set you up, when they landed by a river and Milo throws the food in the river, he says
Oh
he's
my
gonna
God, he's so
hunt for the land, and he's like, "We're vegetarians, we don't hunt."
stupid.
And so they kind of all split off, and then Iki goes off on her own, and kind of led to a little side story that was actually pretty cool, I thought.
Freaking Milo, man. We don't freaking what did he say? We don't get food, we hunt it, I guess, something like that. It's just like, but you guys are vegetarians, you're airbenders, you know that? You're vegetarians, you don't hunt anything unless you're hunting bushes, which that wouldn't be too hard because all you gotta do is get an axe. But it's really, I like the whole comedy aspect
Hmm.
of Milo,
Yeah.
and
Then when Iki goes off on
yeah,
her
Iki.
own, once you recap that part.
Oh, Iki basically she airbend on a like just to get some frustration out, and then she accidentally kind of airbended a squirrel, and Squirrel was afraid. He left his nut, and Iki was like, "Oh no, please take it back. No, like you miss your breakfast." Like, and then all of a sudden she fell because of I guess a tree branch, and
Hmm.
then basically these two guys from the Earth Empire basically come in and just like, "This is Earth Empire territory.
Yeah, you're
What are you doing here?
trespassing.
Yeah, you're
Like,
trespassing. Like, what the fuck?" I didn't know it automatically already started, but it's and then we got this guy earthbending the mud, and then basically they capture her. So it was, yeah, it was basically like, God dang it, Iki, not again.
yeah, she could have just flew away right away,
Yeah.
probably. But so they kind of they're like two two guys in the army of the Earth Empire. They have like a little hut. They had like the bunk beds and office were like in the same room with the kitchen. Everything was just a tiny little house. And they had captured Iki, and they were questioning her and find out that she's Tenzin's daughter, and that they're looking for the Avatar. And the bigger, older guard came up with a plot to capture the three kids and turn them in to Kuvera and maybe get a promotion because they were left out. And the younger
Mhm.
guy was kind of a dumb, you know, not quite a complete idiot, but he was kind of a lesser intelligent, like, dumb character, like for comedy relief kind of character. And so they kind of try to work Iki into letting them know where their camp is so they can go capture the other kids. And he actually found the dumb guy actually found the food in the river. And with the what the hell were they?
They were
Maroons or
maroon
uh,
macaroons, I think.
macaroons?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
macaroons.
He's reading one of the notes from Milo's mom about you're such a handsome young man, and
Yeah.
so Iki was kind of befriending. She was kind of turning it against them. She was outsmarting them and pretending, getting their sympathy and trying to be friends with them. And and then they tell her that if we saw the Avatar, somebody would report it. And then they show like the jungle, or not the jungle, the swamp. Like we don't go in there. So then that's when Milo and Janora come bust in, and they think they're rescuing her, but she had everything under
Yeah.
control basically, and so they're gonna go to the swamp, which led to the scene where you described with Korra seeing those visions and stuff, and
Ah, yeah. Okay.
they were flying over the swamp, and I guess if you want to take it from here.
Yeah, and then I think the swamp basically attacked them,
Yeah, the
brought
vines.
them down with the vines. Or that could have been a swamp bender. You never know because
Yeah, it could have
actually
been.
last time that was because I guess of the that one swamp bender. And but the thing is, either way, I'll just say right now it was the swamp because we haven't even seen a swamp bender yet.
Mm-mm.
But it's yeah, basically they go down because the swamp catches them, and then they're just like we're basically in the swamp, and Korra and Toph go to the basically the center of the swamp, which is the huge. I forgot it has a name, but it's basically the
Yeah, on a
huge.
tree. It started with an M.
Uh,
It had a name, but
yeah. But they went to the tree. It was like this big, huge one, and basically it was the roots spread out through like I guess a faraway
for
distance,
miles and miles, yeah.
miles and miles. Yeah. So
It's like the
I
home tree from Avatar, the movie
yeah
Avatar, which was in the original second season of Avatar: The Last Airbender. That same tree.
yeah
Was
that's
there.
true.
And
That
I
is
can't
true.
I can't believe I forgot my icon picture. We completely forgot the
Oh my
berries
God, we forgot the berries.
before they went and rescued Iki. I'm sorry for getting out of order, but there's a lot of little scenes that intertwined, and it was so funny. I've watched the scene 7 times, and because he threw his food away, so he went and found some berries, and him and Pokey, the little uh, lima, the flying lima,
Yeah.
found some berries, and he comes up all hunched over. He's like, "Oh," and she's like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "I hope you're hungry, 'cause I found some berries." And he's like holding back his vomit, and then Pokey's just like Ralph's right in front of her, both of them, and so she's like, "I think there's something wrong with your berries," and he just goes run to the bushes and pukes, and she's like, "Yeah, you got bad berries, so much for living off the land," and he's like, "They're not bad, they're just I ate too many 'cause they're so delicious." As his face right here, as you can see, that's what he says when his face is covered with vomit and he's just sick. And that was just so hilarious, man. It was one of the funniest things I've seen in the Legend of Korra. Period. Out of all 4 books so far, this was like one of the funniest scenes I've seen. So how'd you feel about this scene in particular?
It was nice. That scene was really was really funny. He's thinking like he's hunted down. I guess he hunted down a berry bush and chopped that down. But it's like, man, Milo, you gotta be careful. They're all poisonous berries out there. You're lucky you didn't get the poisonous ones, but I guess those were disgusting. But it's like I love Milo, man. He's a good comedy character. I
Yeah.
can't I just hopefully he gets even more parts in the future. And yes, I actually believe that he would defeat Kuvira and stuff like that. So yeah, because Milo's a boss. But it's just like yeah.
All right. Yeah, it was a good scene, and he's it's just like it was really well acted by the kid sounds really young. I don't know if he really is or not, the voice actor, but
Yeah.
he just did a superb job with all hitting his lines, and everything was it was just perfect. So yeah, we backtracked a little bit. So let's go get back to Korra on the tree with Toph. The kids are they're in the swamp. They're arguing about leaving, and then that's where kind of you left off. So if you want to resume that part.
Um so basically what happens where I think Korra, yeah, so Korra and Toph are talking on the tree, and they're like I actually kind of forgot that part. 'Cause I don't know, it really wasn't that like oh my
Yeah,
god.
Korra. Well, Toph tells her she needs to face. There's her visions are probably telling her something, and
Ah yeah.
she needs to connect with her friends and herself. She's been away from both those things too long, and she's not herself, and she's lost connection with all the people closest to her. So she uses the roots to try to like connect back with. she didn't know they were in the swamp, but she touches the root and it sends kind of a yellow light, and Janora senses it, and actually Korra sees them in like almost a vision form, and so they get on the bison, they fly towards Korra, and there's a big reunion, and of course Milo, uh, or Janora says like, I like your hair, and Milo's like, it's so you, like it's just because he always got a little crush on Korra, so that was just another great little line from Milo, and so they get introduced to Toph. Well, she doesn't say it's Toph, but Milo figures it out because she's old, she's she's grumpy, and she's blind, and
And Toph actually, she really liked Milo.
yeah, she's like, I like this one. It's great. So then they kind of go to Toph's little hut under a tree or whatever, and Korra's ready to get the poison out of her. So Toph isn't going to do it for her, so Korra goes through this little, whatever she does to try to bend it out from within, and she kind of lets go of the past, her failures and whatever, and poison comes out, and it was really cool how Toph kind of trapped it in some rocks, or like a little, like cupped out rocks, two halves, and made them into a hole and trapped it in there. And then of course Korra gets her avatar state back, and Milo is like, I forget exactly how he worded it, something about avatars back in business or something like that. And so then they took off, and I think they got on the bison and said bye to Toph and left. I think that was it. I don't think there was any more scenes after that.
Yeah.
So, it was kind of our recap was a little bit unorganized this week, but it was a good episode, so why don't you go ahead and give your grade and, what you liked. If there was anything you didn't like, go over that first, and then I'll go next.
All right, so I would give it a good solid A, for the fact of, it had comedy, it was good, and Korra has finally just snapped out of it and has finally went to full on Avatar mode. So now we have it where now she's gonna be able to do things, and I just can't wait for the next one, because I want to see now if what they're gonna do, because I'm thinking that they're gonna go to they're gonna like try to, I think we're gonna see Zaofu this time, where Kuvira is actually gonna go and try to take Zaofu. So hopefully that's gonna be a good episode there. But this one was just, I would say this one is mainly it was a good comedy show, comedy episode, because it was really like you had Milo just saying all this funny stuff that you'd never expect, and you also had Toph, and then Korra's finally snapping out of it and actually getting rid of those past enemies and now going forward. So now we're gonna move on finally with Kuvira. So that's basically all that.
Yeah, I give it an A as well. It was more than just comedy, though. There was some amazing music, like as they're showing the kids like flying on the bison. I like that they wrapped up. It took 4 episodes, but they finally got Korra's problems addressed. I thought we'd see a little more of the past in this episode, or in the first 4 episodes, but they just kind of been focusing on the present for now. And I like that they wrapped up that part. Korra's got her mojo back. Like they said in the beginning of this episode, the Aang and Katara and Sokka were about the age of Milo, Janora, and Ikki when they went on their adventure. So it definitely felt like I've been saying every review, every episode we've done, it just feels like they're hearkening, or whatever. I don't know the exact word. I can't remember what word I'm looking for there, but they're going back to the past, what worked, and they're kind of pulling on the nostalgia strings, and I like it. I'm not complaining, and also the ties to Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back. You got Korra facing herself basically in the swamp, like Luke Skywalker thought he was facing Vader, and it turned out to be himself. So they're just doing everything right as far as I'm concerned. And I had no qualm, nothing bad to say about this episode. It was just as good as last week's episode. It wasn't action packed or anything. I like the action episodes. I like the comedy episodes. This was just a great episode, well written, well acted by all the voice actors and everything. And yeah, it was just an excellent episode. And yeah, so I'm excited. Next week, like you said, I think Zhao Fu, which they even mentioned the two guards that captured
Yeah.
Luffy, said that all the other army was heading to Zaofu. Like the whole army was heading there to try to, so they can unite the whole country. You know, like they're buying into Kubera's crap, and they also some of the towns where they were looking for the Avatar, where Milo was. That if you notice, there was Kubera like post
Yeah, it was Kuvira
billboards.
everywhere.
Yeah, and her symbol and stuff. So I think we're gonna see something. Maybe not it, that's going to be a big episode if it's Zaofu, if it's the attack on Zaofu. I think
Yeah.
it's going to be a two-parter. I don't think they could cover that in one episode. So whether we'll see them both in next Friday or we'll have to wait a week between the episodes, I think it's going to be a two-part deal because they do a lot of two-part almost every season of since Avatar, The Last Airbender. There's always been like a two-part episode somewhere, and
Yeah.
I could see that being that. And so that's kind of my prediction. It's going to be part one of the siege on Zaofu, and I think we'll see Korra get into the Earth Kingdom and battling. Because it's hard to say though, because she might also go back to Air Temple Island and be in Republic City. We don't know, so that might be the part one, and part two might be the battle. So they could take it in a lot of different ways. So I think for sure though that Korra is going to be reunited with Tenzin and all them, and unless something happens and they get called off course. So it'll be interesting to see what they do next, but I'm excited for it.
All right. So yeah, I mean it's just oh my god, I can't freaking it's just I want to see all this just go down. I want to know what Varric's working on. I want to know
Hmm.
what's going to happen now with Korra, what she's going to do with Kuvira, and basically I honestly just want to know because the Fire Nation's been too quiet all these seasons,
Hmm.
if you've noticed. So I'm thinking there's something going on. I'm just not sure, but I know something is going on. That's just the thing because it's like there's no way you're gonna have it where you have it where the Fire Nation's just gonna sit there. We only see the Fire Lord like or Fire Lordess like once, and then that's about it. And she doesn't even have any lines at all. Like I'm not sure because I know Zuko. He's just like he's basically doing nothing. But I guess the Fire Nation just like we don't care. Just do
Yeah, they're
whatever.
not. They're definitely not the focus of Korra. I mean, they just
Yeah.
haven't really ever spent any time with the Fire Nation. So I'd be curious to see if they do at any point in this series, and this season, the final season. So real quick though, how you feeling about the first four episodes? I think maybe every four episodes we can kind of just
Yeah.
do a recap of the first four. How are you feeling about this book and compared to the previous ones and compared to the original series? How are you feeling 4 episodes in?
I'm feeling actually pretty good because so far because of the fact of we got basically who our villain's gonna be, and we got what basically is going on with Korra, and we also kind of see what's been going on with the Air Temple and what's been going on with basically the Airbenders. So and also what has been going on with the Earth Kingdom in general, because it was left in chaos at the end of Book 3. So I honestly just I'm so far I'm okay with it, and basically I know probably next episode and the next one after that like it's gonna be better because now we got rid of the whole problem with Korra. We got the whole thing done with her, how she basically is plotting everything, and we also got rid of the fact of we already know what's going on with the Air Nation, and basically everybody is now trying to do, and also with Wu, I forgot about them,
Hmm.
and basically how he's, I guess, starting to get there with actually trying to mature up a bit. So yeah, I mean, I'm still with the season. I'm liking the season so far. It's been doing great. Comedy's been doing good. The action especially has been doing good. So heck yeah, I'm still going with it.
Yeah, I just wish book two wouldn't have been such a mess in the beginning. Like this is how you start a
Yeah.
series, the first or season. The first four are just setting it up perfectly. We've had great episodes, and I just really I don't see it getting anywhere going anywhere but up from here. I just see it getting better and better. I don't. I'm guessing there won't be any filler episodes. I don't know how many total episodes there's going to be in this book, but it's off to a great start. And last book three was great as well. I don't think it started off quite as good as book four, but these three and four have just been amazing. One was decent, two was okay.
No, I would say book three started very good because it showed these benders that basically you didn't know that bending could be used that way.
Hmm.
Like that was the best thing from that season was like you got a guy that basically turned the rocks into molten lava. You got a waterbender that is armless and uses the water as her arms, and you have somebody who is also like the same as the combustion guy.
Hmm.
So we basically know what that is. But and then you also got where um, we basically see that the convergence actually caused for some non-benders to
Hmm.
have airbending, and which
Yeah,
is
that was definitely the best thing that
which
happened
I
in book
kind
two.
of I kind of see something where it's like I see that if I think there's like a balance in the way where if there's no certain kind of benders in the world anymore, where I think the world or some cosmic event like makes it where the bending the some way the bending's gonna come back. So
Hmm.
there basically are only like about right now 20 airbenders. I would say, just a guess, because I'm not really sure. I didn't count each and every one of the new ones, but I would say right now there's at least 20 airbenders. How many earthbenders and firebenders and waterbenders are there? There's tons.
Hmm.
There's
Thousands,
millions.
probably millions. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's tons of them, but you have the Air Nation, which they're just little. They're starting to regrow back. They used to be big because they had northern air temples, southern, western, and eastern air temples. They had air temples everywhere, and they were basically peaceful with everybody because they really don't do anything, but. They're just a bunch of peaceful people. They don't like to go out and fight and everything. So
Mhm.
that's why they were able to put temples in such lands instead of having their kind of own, because actually there wasn't any room for their own. But that's why the Air Nation is really like a really calm and collective nation kind of, and that's why they don't even have an army. You see water, fire, and earth. You see all their kingdoms basically have armies and soldiers and everything. Airbenders, they don't. So there's got to be something where they can finally, well, at least now they don't, because I think this whole thing is kind of a cop thing. But it's really nice to see that we get to see more of what's been going on in the future of Avatar, because I always wanted to wonder that. I didn't want to just read the comics because I did, and I just wanted to see how it would be in the future and
Yeah,
who
with
would
like
still be
modern,
there.
with some modern
Yeah,
stuff, how bending and everything would fit in. So
yeah,
yeah, it's definitely it's gonna I think gonna be remembered as a great series by the fans because the last obviously the last two seasons are gonna three and four I think are gonna really leave a good taste in people's mouths. So I'm just excited to see more. I can't wait. I mean, it's gonna be sad when it's over, but I'm just looking forward to seeing and taking the journey. So let's we got a few questions,
yeah.
just three questions right here. Grayson Young, Corey going back into the Avatar state was awesome. Do you think she will has complete control again and will use it against Kavira? Do you think that's a good question. Do you think she'll just be right back to her regular self because her bending had been pretty bad? She was losing to just a standard Earthbender. Do you think right now instantly she's going to have all her skills back, or do you think she's going to have to relearn some of that stuff?
Yeah. So wait, let me see that question again, because Thing is, I kind of lost my focus. Hold on.
Yeah. What?
Uh,
I'll just say. Just answer
yeah,
this.
go for your ones. Oh,
Okay. I think she's gonna have pretty much complete control over the Avatar state and all her
oh,
moves.
okay.
I think it would be too much to have her like relearn or remaster things. I think she's got the poison out. She's got the Avatar state. I think they just need to move forward, and I think she's just gonna have just be a beast again. Not saying she's gonna just easily be able to beat Kuvira, because Kuvira is definitely very skilled, and it'll be interesting. I mean, Korra will be a little bit rusty, I would think, but I wouldn't expect her to have too much like
Yeah.
trouble
I,
controlling the Avatar state.
I think when she goes back into like her water bending outfit, because in the trailer, we saw her basically go at
Mhm.
it. So I think when she comes back into there and gets rid of, the whole thing, and she's actually more of, ready and stuff, then we're gonna really see the true potential. And the Avatar state, yeah, she's gonna use it now because basically the poison was kind of blocking that kind of path. Because remember when something dangerous is happening to the Avatar state just activates, so that way it basically defends the body. So that's basically why she's gonna use it again probably, and also the Avatar state is basically used to fix whatever is wrong with the balance of the world. So. But will she use it against Kuvira? Now, that's if she. Now that I actually kind of believe so, because we're not sure what Kuvira is trying to do with or at least is what she's doing with Varric with that whole kind of technology thing. So I'm thinking it's some kind of. It could be some kind of new weaponry energy thing, kind of like a nuclear energy, or it could be more of a boost into people's own like kind of a
Their
steroid thing.
chi, like their
Yeah.
boosted chi power, and
Yeah, basically. So it
maybe
would bring
Kuvira
them.
could go
Yeah, exactly.
almost into Avatar-like state.
Yeah, so basically they would have that. If you're that certain element, when you absorb this kind of energy, you'll be able to expand that kind of element and actually be like Avatar status with that element though.
Hmm.
So that's
Yeah,
basically what I can believe.
that'd be cool. That's
I,
actually
I would actually like that because we would see like freaking Kuvira going like old Avatar, and then you see
because she's a wicked metal bender
oh,
already.
she is.
It'd be
And the
like
thing is,
Sullivan's Comet, like gave the
and
Fire Nation that extra power. So
I'm telling you, because I'm sorry, but Earthbenders have to probably be one of the most multi kind of benders ever. They bend
mhm,
they bend sand, metal, mud, rock, of course,
yeah,
and they just bend anything that basically has to do with Earth, and they can also lava bend at this point. So it's crazy. It's just crazy to see all this stuff.
yeah.
Earthbenders are basically the Avatar of Earth.
I think we'll see Korra meet Kuvira early on, but
Yeah.
there's gonna be some kind of epic finale battle. I think it's gonna be awesome. So Tessa asks, after Toph's speech about Korra learning from her enemies, do you think Korra will defeat Kuvira peacefully, or try to at least try? She says. That's a good question. Just like Aang, he wanted to find a peaceful resolution. Korra's, I mean, it's not like she's killed. I think Tarlok's kind of maybe he got killed in the process, but Amon he killed himself basically and his brother on the boat.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's gonna just go for peacefully, but I think she's definitely gonna learn something from her previous people she had encountered, the villains of the books 1 through 3. So I just don't know. Will she be peaceful? Will she be able to? Maybe Kuvira is just not a bad person. I don't know. Well, what do you think?
Uh, Kuvira is I don't know because I'm thinking she is a bad one because she basically wants the Earth Empire um to be basically hers, and she wants more of a control with her. And but the thing is that kind of I would kind of contradict that, because what she's actually doing, and hopefully she knows, because she kind of contradicting herself, or at least the script is, because it's like, remember where she said in the speech where the world of king and queens are done, and basically she's going to be a ruler.
Hmm.
So I don't know how she's basically trying to put that where she's not basically acting like a king or a queen, because she technically is. If she's the only one, if she's basically the dictator, a dictator
Hmm.
basically is kind of like a king or a queen, because
Exactly.
they take over everything. So I really want to see how this plays out, and will Korra ever use it like that? Um, eh, I'm not sure,
I
but
think it's time
yeah.
for the Avatar just to kill a bitch, you know?
But the
Just like,
thing is, actually, there has. Remember, there has. The
yeah,
Avatar
it's been a
does.
while.
Yeah, but I know it's been a while. I know it's definitely been a while since it. I think the last one was yeah,
Kyoshi, it
Kyoshi.
wasn't even directly, and she just pulled the Earth, the
Yeah.
island, and separated, and the guy fell, but she
Yep.
still didn't help him.
So it's like I would see something like that, but if that was the case, I think she would also have to kill. I think she did kill though. Because Unalaq, when he was trapped inside, when he was basically the whole Vatu monster, he died basically. So I think she did kill. But I also think that was kind of like a side effect. That if you die with the dark spirit because you're merged with it, then basically you die. Because I
Yeah,
think that was the kind of avatar state for the dark side. So I think yeah, he died.
yeah.
So
I'm having trouble remembering the exact moment, how that happened. But anyway,
yeah,
we're going on. We're getting a little long in the tooth here.
yeah,
So,
I don't wanna.
Grayson Young, final question: what do you think will happen at Zhao Fu?
Oh.
Epic battle.
Epic battle between Sue and freaking
Kuvira.
Kavir, man.
Well, I think Kuvira's gonna win. I think
Yeah.
they're gonna conquer, and that's gonna be the second half of the season's gonna be. Maybe Kuvira is gonna have Lin captured, or not Lin, but Sue, and maybe Lin will be there too. And I think that's gonna
Yeah.
set up the second half of this season, after the Zhao Fu. But I think it's gonna be awesome. Like I said, I think it's gonna be a two-part episode involving that attack. So, what do you think, real quick?
I honestly, oh my god, that fight's gonna probably be really good because I like the whole fight between Lin and Sue, when
Hmm.
they were fighting, and I just want to see how this is gonna be because Kuvira basically has her metal plates, which basically restrains people, and Sue, I guess she's gonna try to kill her, honestly, because Sue, I mean, she did that to oh, freaking what's her face, um, freaking
Oh,
Zahir's girl,
yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
Pali. She basically like took the armor and like
Hmm.
blew off her head. So, um, yeah, I could expect something to go down like that because she really isn't afraid to kill
No, Sue's a
somebody
killer.
that, yeah, she really isn't afraid to kill somebody that is trying to mess up everything. So, and I think many people know that she's messing up, except for of course the regular all day civilians. But I think like world leaders and stuff know whatever she's doing is wrong, and I think Sue is basically going to do whatever she can to basically kill her. So I could actually expect that,
Yeah, I don't
definitely.
think she's gonna succeed. Obviously, that would
Yeah,
be.
of course, yeah. Yeah, I know,
But,
I know. But she's gonna
it's gonna,
try. She's gonna
it's gonna
like
be
expect like
interesting.
a expect like a lot of like metal sharp stuff. I guess. So
Kuvera's gonna find some way to get Sue to. This is a prediction. This is my final prediction. Final
yeah,
thoughts. Kuvera's gonna find some way or something to get Sue to bend and sign the treaty. She's gonna have something on her. Somebody's life is gonna be on the line. Opal, somebody. Kuvera's gonna find a way. I think that's another possibility for this ending, at Xiaofu. So, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. We got a little longer. We try to keep these
yeah.
around a half hour, but this one went long. It was a good episode though. And thanks for the questions, Grayson and Tessa. And thanks people for watching. This is a good season. I'm happy that we're doing this. I'm really liking these episodes. So appreciate you for coming on, Games. Do your sign off, and we'll end this video.
All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this, man. It's just I love fall, man. I love fall, but it's really hopefully this season will keep getting better, and hopefully you guys will also see it all the way to the end, and expect more episodes, of course, of these, especially even for the season finale. So expect a lot, guys, and a whole review of basically season 1 through 4. So expect that kind of thing, and yeah. So like I always say, don't lose your way, don't be afraid, just watch Korra to the end. Ah, there we go. So, go for it.
All right, man. This is Terminator Juice, and this is our final thoughts, our final for the Calling episode review for Legend of Korra. I said that all backwards, but anyway, thanks you guys for watching, and we're definitely not professionals here, but we do the best we can.
Yeah.
So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys and gals on the next video.